Well, it looks like Batman is the real person saving DC these days.
Hail to the king, baby.
And today is our 100th show. Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. As everyone knows, the Superman movie is getting closer and closer to its theatrical debut. It's the film that many believe is going to hit big and resurrect DC from the depths of comic book studio hell, and it just may hit big. I hope so anyways, but I tend to think that another DC character is already on his way to saving DC, so to speak, and that's none other than this guy, the Dark Knight himself, Batman. I mean, think about it. The Batman movie did so well that it spawned one hell of a successful HBO series in The Penguin. So successful, in fact, that DC and Matt Reeves are talking about spinning off yet another character from Batman's world into a possible series. And then we have Batman Caped Crusader over on Prime that's doing quite well. There's the new Batman Arkham Shadow game that the entire gaming world is raving about. Batman 2 starts filming next year for a 2026 release. We have the Dick Grayson Jason Todd film Dynamic Duo, Batman Brave and the Bold, and a film with both Bane and Deathstroke in the works. So all in all, I'd say, well, that the Batman world in general seems to be shaping up pretty damn well. Now, the operative word here being seems, because, well, this is WBDC we're talking about here after all, and they have a pretty consistent reputation of screwing shit up at the most opportune of times. But for now, at least, Batman's future, well, it looks pretty bright. Now, I only wish we didn't have to wait so long for a theatrical live-action version of him, but, you know, it is what it is. And so, breaking things down a little, Matt Reeves' The Batman was a hit. Matt Reeves' The Penguin is a hit. So much so that Reeves is in talks for a second season and a second spin-off series. The Batman Caped Crusader animated series on Prime, it's a hit. Where I might add, Matt Reeves is also one of that show's executive producer. And then on the gaming front, Camouflage's Batman Arkham Shadows is a monster hit. Now, I point these specific projects out because, well, they were and or are all developed without James Gunn and Peter Safran's influence. Now, that might not seem like such a big thing to many, but it could be if the new DCU doesn't turn out to be successful, which could happen if Superman tanks and David Zaslav starts breaking up the band. Now, recently, after Donald Trump's winning of the presidency, Zaslav stated, and I quote, "The upcoming administration may offer a pace of change and an opportunity for consolidation that may be quite different and provide real positive and accelerated impact on this industry that's needed." Now, in other words, he's ready to wheel and deal if need be. And with Zaslav, that could be just about anything. More write-offs, possible mergers, possible split-ups, cancellations, anything. He's proven this time and time again. But I'm not trying to be a negative Ned here, so let's go with the assumption that all will go well, and therefore all future Batverse projects will go off without a hitch, and that maybe soon we will finally find out who the new DCU Batman will be. I don't know why, but it bugs me not knowing. Now, as I've said far too many times before, I still think it's going to be Chris Pratt, should Gunn succeed. And you know, I'm okay with that because I know the direction that one and done Gunn will go with him. And I don't think that he should go with Pattinson. That's not to say that I don't like Patty Boy's take on Batman. I do. Even though I find his portrayal a tad, well, dull at times. I just don't want him lumped in with Gunn's world because I know little Jimmy's going to Star-Lord Batsy all up. And if you're going to Star-Lord up Batman, well, then you might as well just use Star-Lord. Am I right? Okay, now. Quick change of subject? Well, kinda. As many of you already know, the last episode of The Penguin, A Greater Little Thing, aired last night, and it was pretty damn good, I think. It pretty much ended the way that I thought it would, with Sophia locked back up in Arkham, with Dr. Rush attending to her once again, and Oz assuming his rightful place, quite literally, on top of Gotham's criminal underworld. For now, at least. He finally has the fancy penthouse overlooking the city that he always promised his mother she would have, but she's no longer able to enjoy it, as she's now paralyzed from a stroke and can only lay motionless in her bed forever, staring out at the city that her son now controls. Now, a lot of people were shocked by his choking of Victor to death. I wasn't. I mean, he's the Penguin. He's a mobster. He's a murderer. He's evil. Hell, he left his own brothers to drown in a storm tunnel that he himself locked the door to, and they were family. Victor was becoming like family to him. Being close to anyone is a weakness to someone like Oz, even if he truly cares about them. Hell, he was going to let Sophia cut his own mother's freaking finger off because he wouldn't tell her the truth about drowning his brothers. The series did as it intended to do, I think, showing us how Oz becomes who he was meant to be, and it left us with 2 cool tidbits to boot. The letter that Sophia receives in Arkham from Selina Kyle, who we all know as Catwoman, letting her know that they are half-sisters, and that glorious bat signal that finally shines high in the sky over Gotham that Oz and his woman are oblivious to, as they dance the night away in Oz's newly acquired digs. And I gotta say, the series has left me more excited for the Batman 2 than I ever really was for the Batman. Well, that's it for this show, my friends. What do you think about Batman taking over DC? Are you excited for what lies ahead? What will David Zaslav do if the DCU fails? And finally, what did you think about the final episode of The Penguin? Feel free to leave any comments that you may have in the section down below. And if you liked today's show, how about hitting that like button and subscribing so you don't miss the next one? And as always, thanks for stopping by. God bless. Socks out.